Two men on a mission down the rabbit hole of the thoughts that keep you awake at 3 a.m. Welcome to Dose of Dysfunction.
Hey everyone, you're here with the self-proclaimed life coach, and I just wanted to take a quick second to tell you how me and the resident redneck got about doing this podcast on Anchor. Anchor is a great free app with really cool creation tools that you can use from your phone and your computer. You can edit, record, distribute, analytics, everything right there. It's a great way to get your podcast out. Even our resident redneck figured it out. Also, you can make money right off the bat with listener donations. Ads come later. Everything's all in one place. So go and download the Anchor app or visit anchor.fm today. Welcome to another episode of Dose of Dysfunction. I am your host, the self-proclaimed life coach, here with your resident redneck.
Howdy, y'all.
Brock, I got a question for you.
All right.
Do you have monsters in your closet?
Like real ones or like...
Yeah, straight up.
Oh, I was going to say, because I think Maggie's Christmas present's in there, and I think it's one of them monster teddy bear deals or something.
Oh, that'd be pretty cool.
Like more literal to your... Explain what you mean by monsters, because I've heard skeletons in the closet, and I'm like, okay.
Well,
I probably have a few of those.
I was going to say, I guarantee you got some skeletons. So here, my thought process here was, what were things you were afraid of as a kid? Like you really bought into as a kid, but now you're like, man, how?
That was dumb.
Yeah. Why was that even a thing? And what made me buy into that? Like, did you have that? Did you have I don't know about you. I did. I had the irrational, like the shit under your bed. Like I could step down and somebody grab me. You'd watch like a scary movie. You'd be like, oh shit, it's coming for me.
No, I didn't have the irrational ones. I had the more like the ones that you think of as an adult, like mice. Like when I was a kid, I distinctly remember seeing mice run through the hallway, right? Like, oh yeah, fuck,
no,
right?
We caught mice. And
so that was like, okay, I mean, and back then there was a fucking half-acre parcel right next to the house that didn't have anything on it. It was just vacant, and it was actually owned by an uncle of mine. But we would get them just because of the fact that there was bare land next to us, right? And we didn't tame it or anything like that. Like it was all wild shit. And so we would get mice, and that one, like I'd go to get up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom, and I would wake fully up. Because the last thing you want to do is step down and have a mouse go scurrying through the fucking room and you can't see, right? Horrible things for a 6-year-old to like think of, right? Or a child in general. And I say that because now I have the same issue. I have a fucking barnyard growing next to the house. These urban farmer retards. And they don't take care of their lawn. Or their backyard, so it's full of mice. Like they have 2 or 3 cats that fucking don't do shit but eat cat food, right? So it's like, well, yeah, if you want them to hunt mice, don't fucking feed them, you stupid bastards.
Yeah, a city cat doesn't hunt mice.
Right? Oh fuck no. Although, it's catnip.
No, my cat, he's a little murderer.
Oh yeah, no, we've seen it. Like my sister had a cat growing up. He would murk a fucking mouse or two. Like he had no problem, and then bring him home.
Oh yeah, my current cat, he's housed a few bunnies, and the other day I found like the jaws of, I'm pretty sure a rat. It had to have been a rat.
God damn, really?
Yeah. I found. This is horrible, but I was mowing the yard, right? I'm mowing the yard, and I'm like, what? Wait, what is that? And it had decapitated it. So it had ate the head off of it and left the rest of it. But by the tail...
You have a sick cat.
I know.
Can we have it on the show? This thing's as fucked up as we are.
Oh, no. This cat is the most amazing cat. Actually, he is...
Please tell me he has like a gentle name too.
Oh, you'll like this. You want to know the cat's name? Princeton.
Was that your like aspired college, or what's your?
No, it was Princeton was a rescue of sorts. Well, he was. He was literally a rescue for the person who had him first. He was born into a feral mom, whatever, like an apartment complex or something like that. And this lady who I once worked with, I think her daughter or somebody lived there. Well, apparently the landlord decided to dispose of these cats in not a very nice manner that involved the plastic bag. Well, Princeton's the one
Thanks
that...
for fucking me up tonight.
Yeah. Well, Princeton's the one that got away. And I guess the daughter got a hold of the cat and gave it to her mom. Well, her mom went through a situation where their house got like flooded and stuff like that, and they had some issues, and they had a couple other animals, but she didn't really have a place for this cat.
They didn't have mice, I can guarantee you that. The fucking place floods, you don't have mice.
Yeah, very true. And Princeton was still not total kitten at that point, and I'm a huge sucker for animals for the most part, and I'm a cat person. Like, I have dogs, they're little shitheads. I prefer cats.
Yeah, but you got bad dogs at this point.
No,
little dogs are always the nightmare dogs.
Right. I want a big dog. I don't have a big dog. So I'll always default, though, to a cat. If it came down to it, if it was like one or the other, I'm taking the cat.
Well, right. But the cool part about cats is they can go live on their own. Like, if it come down to it, a domesticated cat will survive.
Oh, yeah. That's part of why I like cats, is because they're super fucking independent. And they're like, yeah, fuck you. I do what I want when I want. And
oh, that was your coffee?
Yeah.
You drinking that? Oh, you're cleaning it up now.
Right. Well, he's not that bad, but so this cat is super cool in the fact that, so I got him, brought him home, right? I went out and took the cat, and just from minute one. So we have in our house a dog door, and initially we didn't use the dog door because somebody put a post in front of it before we owned this house. It seems stupid, but I cut the post out of the way so we could use it. Cat was the first one to figure out how to use the dog door for the dogs. He comes and goes as he wants. But he's one of those, like, in the morning, he knows the routine. He knows when I'm going to be up. He comes in, he wants fed. You feed him. He's happy. He'll normally go in the daytime. He will go up to one of the kids' room. There's one specific room, my son's room, that he sleeps in, and he'll wander up to the door. You open the door, he goes in, he lays on the bed. Later that afternoon, he'll want out, and he'll be out all night. He's a tomcat in that sense. He lives outside for the most part. In the summertime, you don't see him a ton because he's outside. But the dude's a little murderer. I'm telling you right now, he's a tough little shit. Like, I think it's his neighborhood.
Yeah.
Like, he claims it. But I've found more than once stuff that he is taken apart. Which, but it's so strange, too, in the fact that there is a wild, I don't know if it was a domesticated bunny at one point, but there is a wild rabbit, a big fluffy black rabbit that lives in our neighborhood.
Yeah, I've seen it.
Right. He likes to sit under our tree.
And to be fair, though, too, when I did see it, I was like, oh, bunny!
Right. Everybody is. I have to tell my wife if I've seen the bunny or not, because every once in a while she'll be like, I haven't seen him in a while. I'm getting worried. And I'm like, and then like every time she says that, the next day the rabbit's outside. So, but what I find odd, for as much as a murderer as this cat is, because he is, now you'll go look under the tree because we have this big evergreen tree, or no, pine tree. It's a pine. We got a big pine tree, and the rabbit will come hang out under the pine tree, and we put kind of like, my wife will put lettuce, or if the fruit, like strawberry, she'll put that shit under there for. Cat will hang out under the tree with this rabbit. Doesn't attack him.
Dude, he probably tells the cat where all the good fucking critters are to kill.
He must.
He's like the Guido. The cat's the Guido.
I'm wondering if this rabbit's the male, and that the cat took out all the illegitimate children. He was like, no, I'm not paying child support on these.
Yeah. I'm not paying bunny support, bitch. Get over here and murk these motherfuckers.
Because we found baby bunnies once, and in one part, the cat had, I'm assuming it was the cat, something had taken out one of these bunnies, and then the couple we found alive, one of them I only found because the cat was playing with him in the yard, but not at that time.
He's a sick little fucker. He's over there. Ha ha!
Well, right, he wasn't like attacking him. He was just. And then the weirdest things, I don't know if you knew this, like baby rabbits, so they'll just die.
Oh yeah,
it's weird.
I know.
So anyway,
they scream too.
Oh, I know, and it sounds like childlike.
Oh, dude, it's horrible. It is horrific.
Yeah.
But to scurry back to our monsters in the closet, I mean, I was never afraid of the boogeyman or any of that shit. Like, I think the worst one was I watched it with my mom when I was a kid, and
you were going down the drain.
No, but the little red balloon fucked with me for a while. But it gave me a huge fear of like clowns, and that would be like the one, right? And since then, yeah, I've gotten over it. Like I said, most of your clowns are just drunken guys in face paint, and that's, I mean, ultimately, or they're blowing up balloons for kids and shit. So it's like, whatever. And then you get the fucking weirdos that decide they're gonna dress up like them, and that's a whole nother story. But you know, for the most part, that was the only one thing that I was like afraid of. And then I don't know, 16, it turned into being afraid of the dentist. You know, so I mean, it was like, but
the doctor, the dentist, yeah, I get that. Like I totally get that. I was never really, I'm not a fan of clowns. I was never afraid of clowns. They didn't give me the, like, everybody, I mean, I just don't really care for them, but they don't give me the, you know, I mean, I like the circus and shit like that, and I find that stuff funny. They don't come out in the clown car and do their little thing.
Yeah,
I mean, they don't.
And I'm totally cool with like rodeo clowns, right? And
rodeo clowns are the shit, though.
Yeah,
I mean, that's a different level of clown.
Oh yeah, and my parents took me to rodeos and shit, and was like, "Oh look, see the clown's nice, blah blah blah." You know, 9-year-old, yeah, mom, that's what I needed you to tell me in front of everybody. Thanks, that was cool. You know,
hey, look at the nice rodeo clown flying across the air because that bull got him.
Yeah, right. But I never really had that. And the funny part is I go through it with a 3-year-old now, and I'm like, you don't have a closet, and there's no way to get under your bed. Like, you know? So, but I go through, so we're at the Spirit of Halloween store, and this fat little gremlin walks over and steps on the fucking, step here thing.
Oh.
And this big old spider launches out at him, right? Well, he shit fucking Reese's peanut butter cups in his pants. It did the same thing to my 3-year-old. She did the same shit. About, she had a little green apple, turned and looked at me and was like, and I was like, oh, it's okay, baby. And I picked her up and away we went. Nothing ever happened to it. Well, I put a big spider in the yard like 3 days prior to going there. Now, she's like 20 feet away from that motherfucker as we go around the house to look at all the decorations.
Yeah, she's out.
Shit.
Yeah. All the scary stuff you put out now, and you're just further that trauma.
Yeah, no, it's like the scary shit, because the bunny man, actually, which is funny about this, talking about bunnies, the bunny man, who is a 6'2" full-sized me with a bunny mask on, and he's creepy as fuck.
Yeah, and the right light at night with the little orange light behind him.
Oh yeah,
he's gonna make adults shit their pants. Walk into the door.
Giggles at him. She's totally cool with him. The scarecrow that I built, the fucking creepy looking scarecrow, yeah, totally cool with that guy too. Walks past the spider, she's getting the fuck out of Dodge.
I don't know, though, on the spider line, have you seen some of the giant spiders, like the shit they have in like Australia and stuff like that?
Oh yeah,
that
fucking camel spiders and shit, or whatever the fuck
which
they call
are
them.
Actually like harmless, but they're fucking huge.
I don't think the camel spider's harmless.
I don't know
think
about
it's
him.
a deadly motherfucker, but yeah, well, like in some of the tarantulas you see, they're the size of a fucking spare tire.
Yeah,
I mean, you're like, oh my god, that thing's gonna kill me and eat my face off. and it's completely docile and wants nothing to do with you and will run 90 fucking miles an hour the fuck away from you.
Yeah. I can understand the spider thing. I'm just gonna go with she has to look at you every day anyway. She's probably just like
Right. No,
scarecrow
and
guy. It's like, Daddy.
yeah. Well, so and then the funny part was, so in building all of these creepy people to stand around my property, we had a tote full of masks. Well, she wants me to try on every fucking mask in the box. So I'm like, oh, fuck, all right. And I'm
Well,
put one on, and she
and you have
giggles.
to.
And, oh, yeah, you can't turn it down. It's like the 3-year-old handing you a pink cell phone, telling you mommy's on the line. You
Yeah.
can't not answer.
Yeah, you got to drink the cup of tea. You got to,
Yep. So, you know, it just, I'm every fucking mask. And she giggles and she loves them and she thinks they're funny. Well, the one she wants me to put on the next creepy person is a fucking clown mask. I'm like, oh, great. Here we go.
Oh, you have to now.
See, well, yeah, and I'm just trying to figure out. The problem that I think I'm having is I want to make it like a midget clown. And
See,
I think that might get her because it's at her level. It'll freak her out a little bit more. But she's seen the mask. She even like hauled it around the fucking house and shit. And yeah, so we might be okay. We'll have to find out.
I think you need
Talk about that more on the Halloween episode.
Yeah, I think the clown needs to be coming out from like under the stairs.
That'd be pretty creepy. If I could find a Pennywise mask that was fairly cheap, because they want fucking billions of dollars for this shit.
Yeah, because it's branded. I mean, at that point, it's branded.
I have an irrigation cover
on
the edge of the property, and I would hang a little red balloon from that fucking thing and put his face down in there, and that would be fucking creepy.
Oh, that would be epic. That would be pretty badass.
Yeah, put some battery-powered lights on the bottom of that fucking grate cover so it shines down and you see his face. Oh, yeah. That'd be perfect. I'd probably scare shit out of myself. I mean, ultimately, I've done that with the bunny guy. He stands on the front porch. So every time I walk by and look out the window of the door and I see this fucking dude standing on my porch, it gets me. I'm like, whoa, who the fuck are you?
That's awesome.
Well, so what was your monster in the closet?
I wouldn't tell you I had a particular monster in the closet. And actually, I think my kid's the same way as I was. I have this brain that will take, and I'm a lot better about it now, but anything that, people go, oh, you're afraid of the dark. No, I'm not afraid of the dark. I'm afraid of what's in the dark, right?
Right.
And I think, to go life coaching on you, the deeper portion of it is, it's a lack of control, right? I can't see what's around me.
Oh, I was going to say something happened to you in the dark.
No, nothing bad ever happened to me in the dark, but it's like that lack of control, and you have lost where your surroundings are, right? You don't know where everything is.
You're talking about losing your equilibrium type of shit.
Kind of, but just more to the effect, the way my mind plays, it is, since it's constantly moving, so I don't have that. I'm hyper aware of my surroundings most of the time. And so when you get in the dark and it's like sensory deprivation, right? You cut off. I don't have that. I don't know what's around the corner. So a little shadow, I'm creating the worst possible thing in my mind. Which is funny that you're seeing
shadows in the dark, but yeah.
Well, but that's what I'm saying. Any sort of light play that creates those things. But then if you go somewhere where it's pitch black, where there's no light, it's, oh my God, what's going to come out of it? I don't know what's in there. It's irrational fear, right? But you create it in yourself. It's no different than you put the kid to bed and they need the box of tissues that's in the living room, right? And this is what I hear. I hear the door slam open,
kick on.
the kid. Then I hear the run across the house, with like 5 lights turned on, then run back across the house with light switches going off. Run in the bedroom, slam the door, like, I made it, But
oh my God,
I remember being like like that as a kid myself. Like, that was the thing. It was like, okay, you had to build yourself up. You were like, fuck, I need a drink of water.
Yeah.
Oh,
Am I really that thirsty?
Yes, you're like, I mean, you're equating your whole life. You're like, we could die out there, boys. You know, there's nobody with you, but in your head, you need an army, right? So you've got
You've got your imaginary friend Billy there with you.
Oh yeah.
All right, Billy, you get the lights. I'll get the glass of water.
Right. You're like, and so in your head, you're playing out. Okay, you've turned the bedroom light on, right? You know, you're like, okay, got the bedroom light on. All right, I feel okay. All right, I'm going to open the door. The first one's 3 steps down the hallway on the right. We'll hit that one. Then we got the whole hallway. We're clear. But we are going to have to go across the dining room to hit the other light switch. Even though there's plenty of light from the hall to, like, light you even into the kitchen.
And
but
the night light that's in the bathroom and the clock light that's in the fucking kitchen.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, there's some, and not only that, but I can tell you, even now as an adult, I hate, we have a few places in our house where, like, the vertical blinds, well, they've broken, so there's gaps. So, like, the back glass patio door, right? You're always waiting, you know, I do, it just plays in my head. I'm waiting to see somebody standing in the door, right? You know, I just am.
Yeah, trust me, walk through my house and look out the fucking window.
Right.
Oh, shit.
It would get me every time. So I get it. That was my monsters. It was like, I'm just in my head, I created somebody's going to be standing there. Why would anybody be there? And and people say, you know, then we can take you down the fear mongering side of it. Well, yeah, somebody could. No, dude, look, I live in a safe neighborhood. Yes, I would be totally thrown off and freaked out if somebody was standing at my back patio, but the odds.
This is why all my friends are warned that they have to knock first.
Well,
because I will fucking blow a hole in the door if I don't know what the fuck's going on.
Well, I can do you a one better than that. Where the old house we lived on a corner.
That was not a safe neighborhood.
No, I know, and that one was not a safe neighborhood.
The ghetto.
But when we had sketchy shit come to the door, I remember once, like, my wife was still up, right, watching TV and stuff. We had a huge picture window, right? Mm-hmm. Big glass window.
Oh, those older houses love those.
Right. And there's no blinds on those. Like, we had, like, curtains and stuff, but a lot of times that would be open or something like that. I remember once, next thing I know, my wife's yelling at me to wake up, and she's calling the cops because some dude came up to the window and, like, pounded on it and started yelling at her. He's probably drunk because there was a bar just down the street.
Right.
You know, yelling, leave so-and-so alone or something, you know. So my wife's shitting her pants calling the cops. And I'd been asleep for an hour, right? You know, and I'm like, you're rolling out of bed going, what's going on? What's going on? Yeah, you don't know what to do. But I had one night I'm sitting there and I hear the handle of the door. Like, somebody's at the door. I'm like, what the fuck? And I go out there and they're, like, trying to open the door. I'm like, hey, you might want to leave. And then it's some lady. And she's like, oh, Michael. I'm like, dude, nobody by that name lives here. Oh, but look, if you don't step away from the door, I'm calling the cops. Then I hear the footsteps scurrying off. It's like, really? Why did we have to go to that level? But in living at that old house, which is a little old house, we let a friend stay with us once for a while, right? Yeah. Little old house. Anyway, we let him stay with us for a while. Well, he forgot his key or something one night. And so he was trying to crawl through one of the windows. And so, and I mean, little house, in this window, there's like a little bedroom window, and then there's this living room window that's not but 6 feet apart. And so first you hear the footsteps between the neighbor's house and our house. That's the little section he was in. And so you could hear all the shit crunching in there. And then you hear rattling at the window, and it's this fucker trying to get in. So, of course, you know, I wake up. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Run into the living room, and it's him fucking with the window. I'm like, Andy? Yeah, I forgot my key. Why didn't you just fucking knock? You know, he's trying to crawl through the window. I'm thinking, Dude, you would have got halfway through that window and you would have got the fuck beat out of you. Like, because at that point, like, if you made it through the screen, there were no questions to be had.
Yeah, you're getting your ass to a motherfucker. You were in the house, you were done.
Yeah, whatever's closest to me is.
When I realize it's you, I'm gonna keep beating the shit out of you for not knocking.
It's, just shit like that. But so yeah, I have some of those mental images that just fuck with me. And those are more on the adult side, but as a kid, I lived in the middle of nowhere. So, I mean, there were lots of things to mess with your mind out in the middle of nowhere. Because when you're in, people have grown up on farms and stuff like that. And I wasn't far from a major freeway. And some of the shit that happened along the freeway was enough to freak you out. There was more than once they, pulled a dead body from an underpass that somebody dumped there. I mean, we're talking about the freeway that runs. I was less than a mile away from the freeway that runs clear to the Bay, clear to New York. Like the I-80 freeway runs clear across the country. So you want sketchy shit comes across that freeway a lot. So again, I'm a child with a very, very active imagination. So yeah, I'm like the worst of the worst. What's coming? Who's going to just show up on your doorstep?
Right.
And, we luckily lived a little bit off. You would have to actually try to venture to our house. But when we very first lived there, we stayed with my aunt for a little while we were waiting to get a house and other things. My aunt literally lived right off the main little street, and it took you back out to the freeway. And there was the overpass, like depending which way you were going on the freeway and you got off, they were right next to the overpass. So people coming in and out and stuff. They more than once had people roll into their driveway, knocking on their door, for directions, help. I mean, that's like
That's what I have to say I love about here is I never, that was not an issue. I mean, yeah, you had your normal, kids want to be thug life motherfuckers, but, amongst that, the worst that happened was ding dong ditch, I mean, and I can't tell you how many people I fucking did that to when I was 15, but, I mean, that's the whole, I mean, your imagination playing inside your own mind. That's your largest, that should be everybody's largest fear. I mean, that's, that's even everybody everybody can tell me that Bigfoot is real. That is just somebody's fucking imagination running wild. The motherfuckers that go out and hunt that fucking thing, they have one of the best, either nobody ever told them that Santa Claus isn't fucking real, or they have one of the best imaginations in the world. Because I'm telling you right now, that's bullshit. All right, I've been in the mountains. I've been asleep in the woods. I've been, days on end in the woods. I ain't never seen a fucking tuft of hair that we could match to a Bigfoot. I've never none of that, right? But people have this fucking image of this Bigfoot that who's to say it doesn't have 4 fucking legs? Like, I don't, they have this big fucking image of Bigfoot. And there's fucking kids now that are scared shitless of this thing that doesn't even fucking exist. At least that's what I'm claiming, right? But there's these kids, or another one of my fears was camping. Like, camping wasn't necessarily a fear, but being attacked by a bear in the woods was my fear. Because the first time you go camping and your mom's like, well, fuck, I don't want my food to get eaten. So she makes dad haul it up into the tree, right?
Yeah,
and now careful. You're like,
wait, where are the snacks?
Yeah, exactly. You're like, oh shit, this thing exists. Like, my mom and dad believe in this thing. It's here, right? Well, then you see a black bear and you're like, oh my God. And, obviously, as a black bear is no bigger than you or I most of the time. You're still, when you're a kid, I think we started going camping when I was little, and so, I was still, everything was bigger than me.
Right.
And then, you know, you start
Mountain
growing
lions.
up a little bit. Oh, yeah. So that was a whole new one. And I wasn't even afraid of them until I heard one in the wild hunting when I was like 16. And I heard one do its little meow thing. Like it doesn't meow, but it like has this high pitched fucking squeak. And you're like, oh, fuck. When the hunter becomes the hunted.
Ooh.
You know, and then all of a sudden you just see the movie title run through your head and you're like, I'm gonna end up in a horror film somewhere.
Oh, so rabbit hole here on that one. Have you seen their? I hate TikTok, but I'm so addicted like the rest of the world. But
you're so fucked.
Yeah, so I saw a great TikTok. It's this lady's recording it, and you have these two tigers. They're tigers, but they are imitating the sounds that cows make. They are mooing because there's cows like right across the way. Yeah, so they're trying to pull off the...
It's not just a voice record deal or whatever?
No, she's like talking. You see her talk to the tigers like they're out there, they're caged in, but just across the way is cows, that moo and that. And the tigers are like mimicking it, like to pull...
Like me with a duck call.
Right. Even though they're caged in there, they can't ever get to the cows.
Right.
But they're still trying to lure the cows over.
Oh, that's so fucked.
And it's weird to watch.
Could you imagine walking through the woods and you hear, "Hey, George!"
Right.
Like, what the fuck? Where's George? And who the fuck is yelling at him? And next thing you know, there's this big old fucking monster cat whipping your ass.
Right? Mountain lion learns how to talk.
Right.
Brock.
Yeah, right. Oh my god, that'd be fucking creepy as shit.
Yeah, and maybe it's a doctored video or what, but just the idea of it alone,
I can see it though. I mean, I could definitely see. I mean, there's a bird called the killdeer, and it will actually imitate it, like itself being injured, to draw you away from their nest. So they'll go over and like flap their wings out and like flap on the ground and shit and make noise. And I've literally watched a coyote chase one of these fucking things, and then it jumps up and flies away. And I'm like, you got catfish, motherfucker. Right? I'm just like, you got fucking catfish. And, it goes back to doing it. It just starts trotting off. But that, like, I could see it. I mean, I don't know if a tiger could, imitate a cow, but I could see it.
Yeah, it was just weird as shit.
I got another rabbit hole for you though, because it's on my mind now that I said Sasquatch. And we have a miniature Yeti normally working with us here.
Baby Squatch.
Yeah, baby Squatch. You've seen the Bigfoot TV shows, right?
Oh yeah.
You know how much fucking fun it would be to literally go, because I'm pretty decent in the woods at night. Like, I can see pretty decent and, all that kind of stuff, right? It would be amazing to find out when they're doing this. Go to that forest. Listen for these fucking idiots, making all this noise in the woods in fucking middle of the night. Making all this noise, right? And then go down to the bottom of the fucking ravine that they're in and make the same fucking noise back at them.
Oh, that would be pretty awesome.
It would be fucking phenomenal. And I would film every bit of it and be like, this is rednecks hunting Squatch hunters. Yeah. And I would fucking literally chase them or make them chase me all around the fucking mountain.
I'm going to do you one better to that. At some point, and this is how you have to have it set up, because this would just nail it home. Some point you unmask to let them know they've been had, but you have to have somebody else there mask up that takes you out, like Bigfoot takes out the impersonator.
Oh my god, that would be awesome.
They would shit their pants, be booking it out of there, and then there would be so much viral shit of the video of like, oh yeah, well we got, they'd lose it.
On tonight's episode of Redneck Hunting the Sasquatch Hunters. Dude, I can see it would be fucking awesome. I happened to watch one of those episodes the other day and I was just like, who hit you with the dumb stick? Like, what? Did you fall out of the back of a fucking hippie van? Like, what in the fuck? And they're up there. This is a squatch call. Hold on. How can it be a fucking squatch call? First off, if we've never actually documented it being a squatch call. Like, I don't fucking understand. Okay? This is a squatch call. Or they have like these fucking mating habits and rituals and shit that these things do. And I'm like, we have never fucking found one. How do you know this is what they do? Research, my friend. What fucking research?
What they're out there doing is eating shit and saying it's not rabbit turds. But
Yeah,
they're like,
right? Fuck. I think, and ultimately, I mean, when I was a kid, my dad, Bigfoot was a thing. But for me, Bigfoot was a monster truck.
right?
So I was like, I like Bigfoot, like it was legit to me.
But I gotta ask along those lines is how did we lose Bigfoot to Gravedigger? Because that's like that's the monster truck now.
Money.
Bigfoot is not the monster truck anymore.
Yeah, well, and it all, I mean, basically comes down to money because they turned it into a completely different. It's not a jacked up truck anymore. It's this highly modified tube chassis, fucking fiberglass body, rip the fucking wheels off of it every weekend, tear everything up. And it comes down to money. I mean, you take and dump thousands and thousands of dollars into a regular pickup truck. I had a Bigfoot at one point in time. That motherfucker cost me more goddamn money than any other vehicle I've owned. And I've owned some pretty shitters. All right, some straight up shit boxes. But it just, I mean, first you got to go with the lift kit. Okay, well, the lift kit's going to cost you X amount every fucking year because it makes shit not work right.
Right.
Then you got to go with the big tires. Well, guess what happens to mud tires on the asphalt? They get fucked up quick. Oh, guess what? Next year, we're buying another set of tires, fucking, you're out there screwing off in the desert and shit. Next thing you know, oh, fuck, why won't my engine run? Oh, because everything's all plugged full of mud and water and shit, So, I mean, I think ultimately it comes down to money. I mean, they came in with Gravedigger and a handful of other ones. Gravedigger just always used to be the winning guy. Anderson is a fucking nut job. He's fucking Looney Tunes behind the wheel of a monster truck. He's nuts. But and that comes back to showboating. Like, he will put on a fucking show. I mean, you can look at that and be like, Jesus Christ, they fucked that truck up. But did you see that fucking backflip, boy? I tell you what, man, he hit that container box and flipped her over and woo! And next thing you know, there's 15 different women in cowboy hats throwing their panties towards the ring. And poor old Bigfoot's over here like, I ran over a car.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I was gonna say monster trucks don't just smash cars anymore. I mean, that was like, I don't know, back in the day when I was a small kid, it was Bigfoot and smashing cars. And and now you're right. There's not a whole lot of car smashing. There's jumping over shit.
Yeah, and flying through RVs and there's all of that kind of shit. So I think I think a lot of it comes down to monetary value and like all the Bigfoots. There's like fucking 40 of them.
Oh,
of Bigfoot. There's like 60 Gravediggers now.
Oh shit.
And I think Monster Jam, to be honest with you, lost a lot of its I guess greatness when they bought all the trucks. So now it's Monster Jam and all the trucks are basically the same and they go out and they have a routine they have to do or they're supposed to do and
it's now a choreographed show, not it's a performance as opposed to before it was a competition.
It was a bunch of fucking rednecks trying to win a trophy at the end of the night.
Well, right, it was a competition.
Which was better? Love your rednecks.
I was down for that. Well, I guess you could say you can see some pretty scary people at a monster truck rally too.
Don't talk ill about my kind. What the fuck's wrong with you? There are lots of tools in my garage, which we are currently sitting in. Be careful how you speak about Monster Jam people here.
I'm just saying, a kid or two probably's gone missing in a monster truck rally.
Yeah, but you can say that about a lot of things.
Yeah, that's fair.
Most of the kids that went missing in a Monster Jam rally just ended up at the beer garden. I mean, let's be real here.
That's true.
Out drinking most of the men. That's. I mean, it's like a rite of passage to go to a Monster Jam show in my family, man. I can't wait to take 3-year-old. She's like, oh, monster trucks? Cool, and she look at them and play with them and watch them on TV every once in a while, but she's like out, and I'm like, no, this is a thing. You have to go.
Yeah. Oh, no, I'm all down for the monster trucks. I love it just because, I don't know, for me, though, there's the childlike thing, because I remember going to, I know you went through this too, but yeah, the fair. When I was a little kid, we'd go to the fairgrounds, and it was the demolition derby, and
yeah,
the robot truck that shot like bottle rockets out of it and like sparks.
Did you ever see the big dragon truck that would pick up fucking car and then blow flames through it and shit? Oh, that was the best.
Yeah, I mean they
made such a mess.
Yeah, but it was great. And that goes back. You had it here, but for me, again, small towns. That was the shit. That was the coolest thing that came through town. You didn't get to experience a lot of other things. You had to go other places for that.
Right.
But as far as coming through your little town, yeah, you gotta. I mean, I'm not a redneck, but you have to appreciate the rednecks because they were the entertainment, right? It was. They were the people willing to come through and do those things. So,
yeah.
No, it was a blast. But again, I'll go back small town and you go along Monsters in Your Closet. When you're in the middle of nowhere.
Oh, I'm sure it's way worse.
Yeah. So you can talk about there's way more chance. So when you live in a city and people talk about they get all scared, right? They're like, oh, people could break in and this. Well, most of the time, it's somebody looking for drug money. The fucked up things are the things that happen in small towns.
Oh, yeah.
Every episode of, like, I Survived, they're in a little fucking town, right? Have you seen that show, I Survived?
I've seen a very, very small amount of that show.
He took me out to the swamp. Yeah, no shit. It's
right?
Like, yeah.
Yep, it's pretty close.
And he left your ass for dead. You just happened to make it through it.
Yeah.
I was so lucky that one car came through.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and that's, we're the wife and I went to San Diego for a week, and but we got tattoos, and as redneck as I am, she wanted to get a mountain scene tattoo because we did wedding rings, because I can't wear the fucking things to save my life. And so I decided that meant we needed to do Coors Light mountains on our ring fingers, and I'm totally cool with that. Well, we were talking to the tattoo artists, and they were like, oh yeah, because there's some crazy shit that's been happening in the last couple of years here in Idaho. All of our fucking psychopaths from Twin Falls have decided to fucking let their shit hang out. National news lately. So we're talking to them about that. And he was making jokes about, about not wanting to fuck with people in Idaho. And I'm like, yeah, I know. You don't do it. Like, right. It's just not, it's not smart. Like, they do stupid shit. And then you can't get them for it because they're fucking Looney Tunes. So it's like, you're burnt chicken. And your family, yeah, they're burnt chicken too. So it's like, we're talking about it, and he's like, they were starting to talk about a certain place in Idaho, and I won't mention it. Just we need to keep this place under wraps. But they were talking about this certain place, and I'm like, that's how you end up going into the woods and not coming out. You don't come back from that. You gone. And he's like, so I don't want to go there. And I was like, right. And he was like, well, he was teasing me that the Coors Light Mountains. He's like, so is it like right there? And he's pointing to this one spot in the mountains. He's like, is that where everybody gets buried, and I'm like, you'll know it when you trip over a tombstone. Like that's. He was like, oh my God. And him and the wife were talking back and forth about all this shit, and I stopped him in the middle of it, and I'm like, okay, stop. And she's like, what? And I'm like, quit telling people where the grounds are. Like, quit telling people where they get put. They're gonna start telling other people, hey, if I go to Idaho and I don't come back, look in this spot. Like, no, shut the fuck up. We're going to get rid of a whole bunch more people if you keep telling them where you're putting them.
I always like to tell people the desert is vast.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. And the critters that live in the desert are quick. Yeah. You know, that shit doesn't... So we need to change topics because I don't want to get in any kind of trouble here.
Well, but on the... Not that
now we're leading back to the skeletons in the closet.
Right. But you take in the middle of nowhere, it's not necessarily the, oh, somebody's going to get me. It's just it's the desolateness of, if something does happen, ain't nobody going to find me. Like, nobody's just going to stumble upon you. Then
I know. That's when you're wishing that somebody put a computer chip in you at some point.
Yeah, you're like, fuck. Why didn't mom and dad do the low jack? You know, but it's that. And then you got to wonder, if somebody does stumble across you, it's what the fuck are you doing out here? Like, as much as you, you could fall in the hole, break your ankle, something to that effect. Then if some random person comes up, the worst possible things go through your head because you know what.
Why are you here?
Yeah, you know why you were out in the middle of nowhere. And it may not have always been for the best intentions or reasons. Right. So why the fuck is this person out in the middle of nowhere?
I was carrying a gun, but he's got handcuffs too. This is weird.
Yeah.
And like, there is no badge on his overalls.
Yeah.
No, I
feel like he may wear me for skin.
Yeah. It puts the lotion on its skin or it gets the hose again. Fuck you. No, I seen a meme the other day and it was like, you're not afraid of the dark. Or you're not afraid of being alone in the dark. You're afraid of not being alone in the dark. And I was like, fucking mind blown. I'm like, oh my God. And I've met one of those people who are afraid of the dark. You know how fucking hard it is to drive across town with a fucking dome light on in your pickup? Because the guy sitting in the passenger seat is afraid of the fucking dark? Well, you got mud and dirt and shit all over your truck. It is a bitch to see what fucking lane you're in. Not to mention the 6 beers I had before we left.
And you're asking to get pulled over because the cop's going to be like, why are you driving down the road with your dome light on?
He got his dome light on. He's on the sidewalk. He just drove through a mailbox. Now he's in the turn lane. He just went left and signaled right. What the fuck is this guy doing,
It's just another Tuesday.
Right. I mean, in Idaho, they might be like that. I don't know. But yeah, and I've never been like afraid of the dark. I don't necessarily feel like I like it. But I can tell you right now, I cannot sleep if there's a nightlight on, if there's a fucking porch light on. Nope. All that shit's got to go off. Everything isn't but fucking pitch black. I can walk through my house right now, not stub a toe, clip a chair, nothing. Not only that, but I can take off my fucking sweatshirt and hang it on a chair in the fucking dark. My wife cannot walk through that house without fucking every goddamn light on at fucking noon. Okay.
Yeah, mine's the same way. The minute they get up, it's like light. You're like, dude, It's 8:00 in the morning. Sun's out. We're good. Open the blinds. It's okay.
Yep. Mm-hmm. No, and that, like, to me, I don't know. And that one's a big one. There's a lot of people who are afraid of the dark, and I don't see it. I'm like, I feel comfortable in the dark. And the problem that arises with that is everybody's like, look at this motherfucker. He's okay in the dark. And they all look at me weird. And I'm like, what?
Yeah. That's where I go back to. I say, I don't have that disconnect of, for me, it's exactly how the meme went. It's I'm okay with being in the dark as long as I know I'm the only fucking thing in the dark.
Yeah, trust me. The first time you fall asleep on the mountain, because it's just been a long fucking day, whatever. You're sitting there and you're propped up against a tree. It's a nice, beautiful evening hunt. The fucking clouds look great. The sun's going down. And next thing you know, you wake up and there's fucking stars and the moon and all that shit. And you're like, oh, fuck. I overslept on this one.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, see, and I'm okay with it because most critters in the woods will nudge something that doesn't move before they fuck it up. Once they nudge you, you just run. Fast as you can, you start running. I literally, Uncle was, I don't know, 15 feet from me. We both fell asleep, leaned up against trees. We're laying there sleeping and shit, right? And he woke up, walks over to me, nudges me. I jumped in the air and took off fucking running. Fucking shooting my gun in the air and shit. And he's like, hey, what are you doing? Like yelling at me. And I'm like, oh my fucking God, I just shit my pants. That was the word. Yeah. So now when I fall asleep in the woods, it's in the morning. Fuck fall asleep in the afternoon.
No shit. No shit. That's a lesson, everybody. Do not go play in the dark in the woods.
Let's hide behind this wall of chainsaws.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. That is
Why can't we get in the running car?
Yeah. Why do the logical thing?
Raggy.
No shit. All right. I think it's a good time to transition into let's play around Would You Rather.
Okay.
All right, Brock. Would you rather get a text from a one-night stand that says, I'm pregnant, or I have an incurable STD?
Oh my God, I would much rather her be pregnant. I have dated some different women, but oh my God, I would be heartbroken if my pecker was infected. that brings a whole new meaning to the song "Friends in Low Place," or what is it? All my exes live in Texas.
My question, I guess, would be: are we in Texas or not?
I would first want to know if they got the wrong number,
right?
Like, who dis? Who phone? Who dis? I mean, like, it's so and so. We met at the bar that one night, and you had the whatever colored pickup. Be like, fuck. And it's like shit. But I would much rather have to deal with a kid than my Willie not wanting to work out. Like, it's like,
I think your Willie works fine. The fact is, not a lot of other people are gonna want to touch said Willie.
Exactly, right? I mean, that's a whole lot more exercise I have to do on my own. Like, that's I mean, not only
you
that,
just
but
hit
you
back with you keeping it.
Yeah, well, right. I mean, so is this a joint thing, or wait, were your parents the super, like, whatever, super whatever they are? No. Okay, cool. We're good. Like,
Right.
great, whatever. I don't know. I would definitely be on. Yeah, no, because think about it. Then, I mean, say it's one night stand and she hasn't built up the courage till she's like 4 months pregnant, right? But now you've met your soulmate or whatever, and you just have to like turn and look and be like, so you're now infected too. Like, no, that would suck.
No shit.
So I have herpes. And you now have herpes. I mean, like, there's no good conversation to that.
Yeah.
You could look at her and be like, so my pullout game's kind of weak, apparently, when I'm on the whiskey. And this is gonna be fun, but in 6 more months we're gonna have a little George. I mean, at that point, yeah, I would much rather go. I mean, which one would you get?
I guess I'd have to go with the. I don't want the incurable STD either. But I'm really waiting. But I was going back to yours, and I'm thinking my line would probably be like, so yeah, before we met, kind of got it on with this one, and well,
we're about to have a redheaded stepchild.
yeah. How do you
Well,
feel?
you are.
How do you feel about being a step parent?
Yeah.
Now, when they lose their shit on you, I guess my comment would be like, could have been a venereal disease.
Could be worse.
Yeah.
Your shit could be weird.
Yeah. So, asking some questions.
I would probably lead with that would you rather.
Right?
I would yeah. Oh fuck. So would you rather lead with that, and when they answer it, that's how you know what's gonna be. I mean, like, so what do you have?
Yeah, right.
Like, oh fuck.
Yeah, well, how would that be when they hit you back with, yeah, I already have one of those.
Yeah.
You go, what?
Whoa, wait a minute. This ain't Netflix and chill. This is you get the fuck out of my house.
So does it burn when you pee?
Yeah, seriously, what am I about to go through here? Because this is not fucking cool. And I just found out I have a kid, all right?
No, at that point, it'd be like, no, you're sticking around, honey. Like,
yeah, you're fucked.
Yeah. You, me, we're attached for the rest of our lives.
Sorry, my proposal wasn't better.
I just, yeah, I'd have to go with I'd rather hear I'm pregnant. Even though I wouldn't want to hear that either.
Yeah, I mean, that's the last thing you want to hear from somebody you barely, you met one night,
Well,
hey, I'm pregnant. Ah, fuck.
And then that all depends on where you're at in your life. What if, because you could go the other route. If this was at a stage where you were single and just kicking around, you might be like, fuck yeah, sweet. No,
right. Right.
Somebody to carry on the flame.
And then they'll text you back with, I'm putting it up for adoption. And you're like, ah, fuck.
And they said I'd never pass the torch.
The family jewels continue on.
Right? Yeah, that'd be a tough one. It would be tough too with like a one night stand to hear that I'm pregnant, which I guarantee people have heard before, but it's a one night stand. What do you know about this person? All you know of this person is we decided we were each other either mutually attractive or we were both desperate enough.
Yeah.
And you can flip that whatever scenario that we were ready to, we're like, okay, bumping uglies is cool. I'm down. I don't need to see you ever.
We're going to go heels to Jesus right now.
But at that point, then they come back around. That venereal disease may be easier to deal with than this person.
No.
Yeah,
You can always hit somebody with a car. You can't hit a venereal disease with a car. That's not.
That's true.
That's not okay. Like, I'm not okay with it. Like, I don't even like this statement anymore. This is bad. Oh, how are you? Oh, just itching and burning, I would never answer the phone or answer that question ever again.
Yeah, but
hey, how are you? Fucked. Why?
What would be more scary after that? The idea of all the people you have to call that you had sex with in between there.
Right.
And say, hey, this man.
Your shit's going to rot off in a month. Yeah. No, that would be so fucked, too.
Well, what's the other call? How do you feel about being grandparents?
Yeah, I would much rather deal with that. Are you shit? Even if my parents were the ones that were like, you're not married and blah, 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 whatever. I would much rather deal with the disappointed dad look and my mom losing her shit and throwing shit at me, half tanked up on some wine, being madder and fuck at me, okay? I would much rather, because guess what? You cannot be mad or disappointed for 18 years. That's not. But you can always have an itching and burning crotch for the rest of your life if you if you fucking did the wrong end of this scenario here.
That's true.
Because I'm going to tell you right now, there are things that kids do that grandparents will fucking eat up.
Yeah.
It just takes it all away.
They'll eventually get over it. That I agree with.
Yeah, it takes way too much energy to be mad at me for that long. Like, Mom, look, I get it. I messed up, but he's cute, I mean, he does some fun shit every once in a while. Like, watch his shit, Look at him drink that beer, Mom. I mean, he's doing great. He's 4. Yeah, I know. Next year he's gonna go to school and all kinds of shit.
Oh, have you seen? Now I'm gonna rabbit hole on this. Have you seen? There again, TikTok.
I have learned some great shit from TikTok.
Oh no, they have this. They literally have a beer shotgun.
Yeah. Oh my god! I can't find it. I've tried to buy it 3 times. I can't find the fucking thing.
It punches the hole and then pops the tab so you can.
Oh yeah, it's perfect. I want one.
That's all I can see.
Hey, look, Grandma.
Yeah. This is the 12 gauge for adults. This is the 20 for junior over here.
Hey, this is the 12 ouncer right here. It'll even shoot 16 ounces on occasion.
No, speaking of that though, here's the funny part about beer. You know how like with soda they make the baby cans?
Yeah.
They've never done that with beer. It's up, right?
Right.
You go up, not down.
Right.
There's no baby cans of beer.
No, who the fuck would want a shot of beer? That's dumb. I'd do a shot of whiskey or rum.
Ooh.
Or anything like that, but I'm not doing maybe even a shot of soda on all of my whiskey, but I'm not doing a shot of beer. Here, have all the foam.
Yeah, but now I just thought of a great marketing idea.
Oh God, what?
No, you do that
little baby beers?
No, little baby shots, but they're in cans, and you put it in the same thing like the shotgun, but you get little mini shotguns, so you hit the button and then you suck out the shot.
No, I think it should be one better. I think your buddy should have to aim the plastic shotgun at you and fucking pull the trigger, and it just like slingshots a fucking shot of whiskey in your mouth. Bam! Just boom! There it is. Slingshot engage. Boom!
Taking the shot game to a whole new level.
Hell yeah! I took a couple of shots.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like you can't get any better than that.
That is very true.
But before we run away from the would you rather's, we kind of have to mention our would you rather off Facebook this week. And I haven't really gotten to look through all of the comments, but I know there's a couple of good ones. We got oh shit, I apparently clicked on the wrong thing. We have your wife who asked pierced or pierced together.
I responded.
And yeah, we can read your response, which was it has to be pierced together. And then your next one was I say you go with gauges, which fuck that. Okay. And I'm a pierce the ass cheeks guy here, okay? And I guess I better read the would you rather. The would you rather is, would you rather get your wisdom teeth pulled or your butt cheeks pierced? Now it leaves it open for a lot of imagination, but I am definitely okay with getting my butt cheeks pierced at this point. Could you imagine ATF? Somebody's gonna go through the thing and it's like beep beep. And they're like, oh my God. And you're standing there and you're like, oh fuck, I forgot to put the plastic rod in today. Right? And they do the wand thing and they get down by your ass and they're like, oh, you're getting probed, buddy. It would just be fucking hilarious to me.
But could you imagine when you drop trow and they're like What the fuck?
Here, let me pull them out. You do the one thing again, and let me know if I can go back in line, would you? I really don't need to see what Super Bowl you won.
I'm sure they were like, just go. Just go.
Get the fuck out of here. You don't even get to go on vacation. Go home.
Yeah.
Go get in your car, go home. But yours reads out, I say you go with gauges like you would do ears. Put one in each butt cheek. No. One in each butt cheek. Run a paddle lock through them and get a tramp stamp that reads no trespassing, like a chastity belt for your butt. You missed it. You should have put butthole. It would have been way better because I would have started dying.
Yeah.
But I mean, with portable or portable grinders now,
you can let a portable grinder anywhere near your ass cheeks. I'm just saying.
It's definitely gonna scare off the rapers. That's
Yeah.
scaring me like, oh fuck, what's the combination?
You're bent over and all you hear is as that thing spins up.
We're gonna need bigger bolt cutters from the fucking van.
What are all these red burn marks on your ass? It's from the sparks, honey. It's from the sparks.
So, guys, I need you to definitely give us your best comments. There was one in there by a veteran DOD listener of Wisdom Teeth because he never got them.
Huh.
And the only thought I thought of was, well, you're going to be in pain in a while here. It's like, it's eventually, they're going to get you, right? I don't know how it all works, but.
Do you have yours?
No, I hardly have any teeth. What are you talking about?
Well, that doesn't mean you don't have your wisdom teeth.
I think they growed in at one
growed
point in
in.
time. I don't know. They're
Every
gone
time
now. I tell you that much.
Every time I go to the dentist, they're like, when we gonna pull these out? And I'm like, yeah, fuck that.
But yes, we definitely had.
But have I shown you my butt cheek piercing?
Yeah. Have you seen my ass gauge? Oh my god, that would be great. Walk into a party. Who wants to see some ass gauges? He got what in his ass?
I still like no trespassing as a tramp stamp.
Yeah, that would be pretty good. That would be pretty good. You just like turn around and look at him and be like, yeah, he takes that off at night. But I mean, you know, you don't have the key. You don't have the key. But other than that's kind of it. I need you guys to go and like them on Facebook, and I need you guys to respond. We will tear apart anybody's answer and have fun with it, just as you do on Facebook. So I will try to enter another one in tomorrow, and we'll see what we get.
That sounds good to me. Well, I guess that wraps us up for another episode. We appreciate you listening. Again, follow us, Dose Dysfunction on Facebook, Dose of Dysfunction as far as our community goes, Dose of Dysfunction on YouTube. You can listen to all the podcasts there. Also, hit us up, email us, smash that like button.
If you have a fucked up TikTok that you want us to see,
oh yes,
we're on TikTok too. We haven't posted anything yet. I'm sure eventually we will.
One of these days when I can learn how to do like artwork, we'll give it a
shot. But you can send it to us there, and we could definitely talk about them. I think it's just Dose of Dysfunction.
Yeah,
right on TikTok. But blow us up, share us, send us to all your friends. I think we said moms at one point in time, but I mean, you know, whatever. Send us to everybody you know that you want to listen. If you thought it was funny, let us know.
You can always send us to your mom and say, look, we didn't turn out like these guys.
Hey, Mom, I know I'm a little fucked up, but I'm not this fucked up.
But as always, we appreciate you, and good night.